torture, mutilation, and sexual abuse. It allowed for ordinary punishments like confinement, chaining, and whipping. Your tour guide gives you a dark look. "Those rumors must have been bad," she says. A young American lawyer who was boarding in the neighborhood heard these rumors. He went to the Lalaurie home to point out the section of the Code Noir that prohibited severe abuse. He left, dazzled by Madame Lalaurie, by her charm and beauty, denying that anyone so lovely could ever be cruel. The whispers died down. Madame continued to entertain lavishly with her two quiet, reserved daughters by her side. She was known to give the last of her wine to the servant behind her, whispering, "Take this, it will do you good." There was even a court record from the 1820s that showed she had freed one of her slaves after the death of her second husband. It didn't seem possible that such a woman was abusing her household staff. Some people said the ugly stories were started by nouveau arrivés Americans jealous of the Creole elite, just a nasty attempt to spoil their social standing and bring the proud Creoles down a notch. But in 1833, an unfortunate incident occurred. While combing Madame Lalaurie's hair, a young slave girl named Nina hit a tangle and sent Madame into a rage. Madame chased the girl through the house with a bullwhip, shrieking like a madwoman. Nina fled up the stairs to the top of the house with a raging Madame close behind. Your tour guide points to the third floor. In the gloom, the house seems to be leaning toward you. After a moment, your guide continues. High on the roof, the girl lost her footing and fell to the courtyard below. Her body hit with a dull thud. Blood spread in a dark halo around the child's head. Eyewitnesses said that Madame just stared at the dead child for a moment and then turned and went back inside. Minutes later, silent shapes emerged from the house and dragged the broken body away. Later that night, the sound of a shovel could be heard in the courtyard, digging a shallow grave near the well. Quiet sobs filled the night. Nina was a beloved daughter and grandchild. The city wasn't blind. The witnesses summoned the police, and Madame was taken before a court of law. The judge was a relative, but New Orleans was watching. He couldn't let Madame off without some form of punishment. He fined her $300 and had her 10 remaining slaves taken away from her. You would think that would be the end of that. Your tour guide sadly shakes her head and continues. It was only the beginning. Madame Lalaurie convinced another relative to secretly buy the slaves back for her. There was no stopping the rumors after that horrible chain of events. It was said that Madame forced her gaunt and starved-looking slaves to serve her with their shirts off, men and women alike. Only her coach driver was reputed to glow with health. He had to appear in public with Madame after all. It wouldn't do for any aspect of her outward appearance to be less than perfect. On April 10th, 1834, an elderly female slave who was chained to the lit oven accidentally, or maybe deliberately, set the Lalaurie mansion on fire. Flames consumed the kitchen and spread quickly to the main house, devouring antiques and art. A crowd gathered as friends and neighbors came to help. Screaming was heard from the kitchen, and a face appeared in the window, an old slave shrieking for help, or maybe vengeance. "That woman is Nina's grandmother," someone whispered. "Somebody save her." It was too late. The woman was fully engulfed in flames. "Where are the rest of the slaves?" one good Samaritan asked Madame. "Never mind the slaves. Save the valuables," Madame responded coolly. "Where are the slaves?" Judge Kanungo, who lived nearby, asked Dr. Lalaurie. The doctor snapped, "Mind your own business and get to the task at hand." Someone in the crowd yelled that the slaves were in the attic,